love the springtime, especially here in our farm, 6 miles South Carolina, with all the beautiful flowering plants that my beautiful wife Kim has helped to propagate. And I just love it out here. So that's why I want to do this video out here on the porch. Climate change has been a hobby of mine for a long time. I'm very concerned about it. I, like some others, think it poses an existential threat to the planet. And I worked in the plastic industry for 37 years, and the chemical industry 5 years before that, and also worked in the telecommunications industry for a couple of years. And so pretty familiar with what goes on in manufacturing. In manufacturing, if you're, for example, running a film line, if you don't recycle things like edge trim, you can't make any money. But when it gets out into the consumer's hand, like in the form of bottles like these, or whether it's polyethylene terephthalate or polyethylene trash bags, quite often it ends up in the ocean or in a landfill. There's a lot of interest been put on making things biodegradable plastics. I don't like that idea, and this is why. First of all, if you ever bought a polyethylene tarp to cover anything with, 2 years it's worthless in the sun unless it has some sort of UV stabilizer. Ultraviolet light's going to degrade things pretty quick out there, but when you put it underground, most of the things I've read indicate it could last 450 to 1,000 years without degrading. That's good. That gets us well past our immediate crisis of putting too much carbon in the atmosphere. So why not consider this? Instead of making these things biodegradable, maybe even instead of post-consumer recycle, just grind them up, densify them, bury them in the ground in a landfill. As long as there's nothing in them that's hazardous, they should be there for a long time. That carbon then can't get back into the atmosphere if it's buried in a landfill. So just want to propose that. And an analogy to that, think about trees. Trees are great, all plants are great. They help absorb carbon from the atmosphere and help mitigate the greenhouse gas effect of global warming. But when those things die, whether it's a big oak tree or some other plant, guess where the carbon's going? Back in the atmosphere. It may take a route through termites and methane, but it's going to end up as carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It's not going to find its way deep underground where it originally came from when it comes to things like coal, oil, and natural gas. So those aren't long-term solutions. Just plant more of that. It's a good short-term thing, and I love plants anyway. I think we all plant as many things as we can. But from the standpoint of plastics, what better way to sequester carbon than to make plastic out of it and bury it? It's going to be there for a long time, not get back in the atmosphere. I know this will raise a few eyebrows, but that's what I wanted to do with this, is maybe get people thinking about it. Appreciate it. And if you would, click on the subscribe button and maybe a couple of the links to our other videos. Thank you.